In this video, I will answer the question, are price and output under oligopoly indeterminate? If you are also curious with that question, just keep on watching. Hi guys, my name is Annalyn Hamito and welcome to my channel, wherein I create videos about school stuffs. This video is going to be all about price and output under oligopoly. Make sure to stick around until the end because I've got a lot of information that I think is going to help you to understand more oligopoly. Are you ready? Let's get started! So first, what is oligopoly? The word oligopoly comes from two Greek words, oligoi, which means few, and poly, which indicates control. Therefore, oligopoly refers to a market structure in which a limited number of sellers control the market. These companies sell products that are either homogeneous or differentiated. Let's have an example of oligopoly. The best example is in the computer technology sector. Let's look at some of the most popular computer operating systems, and we'll see that Apple and Windows are two of the most well-known. For a long time, these two players have controlled the majority of the market share. In this oligopoly, there is one additional player, and that is Linux open source. Apart from these three, there are few competitors in this industry, as they control nearly all of the global market share. The computer can be any brand, but the operating system will almost certainly be one of the three mentioned. So I'm curious as to which operating system you use on your computer or laptop. Is it Apple, Windows, or Linux open source? Leave your responses in the comment section below and I will read them all. So going back, because of two key factors, these three operating systems have made it this far. So what is these two factors? The first is brand image and consumer trust they have built. And the second is a lack of players who can stand in front of these three while also building consumer trust. Furthermore, their dominance in this sector grows as the majority of computer software developed is compatible with these three operating systems, making this oligopoly self-sustaining. Their innovations in their industry also keep them distinct, allowing them to create an ecosystem that completely sustains their growth. The same for smartphone operating system, with Android and iOS capturing the majority of market share. These businesses are coexisting peacefully without creating a threat to others. So next, let's discuss the characteristics of oligopoly. First, few sellers. There are only a few sellers who control all or most of the industry's sales. Second, barriers to entry. As a small startup company, it's difficult to compete in an oligopoly industry. The enterprises in an oligopoly are huge and benefit from economies of scale. To compete in this sector, you'll need a lot of know-how and capital. Third, interdependence. Oligopoly firms are large relative to the market in which they operate. If one of the oligopolistic firms changes its price or marketing strategy, it will have a major impact on the others. For example, if Pepsi drops their pricing by 20 cents a bottle, it will have an impact on Coke. Coke will lose large market share if it does not respond. As a result, Coke's price will most certainly be lowered as well. Fourth, prevalent advertising. Oligopoly firms frequently advertise on a national scale. Many Super Bowl, World Series, Wimbledon Finals, World Cup Finals, NBA Finals, and NCAA March Madness advertisements are sponsored by oligopoly firms. In our country, the example scenario for this is during Manny Pacquiao's fight. We will observe that there are very few commercials being aired, and most of the time, they are repeated twice or even thrice. Why? It's because a lot of large businesses are ready to pay a lot of money to advertise their products, knowing that this investment would be repaid since the commercial will be shown nationwide. Motolite is one of the brands that advertise on a national scale. In an oligopolistic market, a small number of organizations compete with one another. Each organization's sales are determined by the price it charges as well as the price charged by other organizations in the market. If a company lowers its prices, its sales will increase. However, the sales of the other organizations in the market would decrease. In such a scenario, other organizations would also lower down their prices. Therefore, the price and output are indeterminate under oligopoly. In other market structures, such as perfect competition and monopoly, price and output are determined by considering demand, supply, revenue, and cost factors. In such type of market structures, the actions and reactions of other organizations in relation to any pricing decisions are ignored. According to Miller, in a perfectly competitive model, each firm ignores the reaction of other firms because each firm can sell all that it wants at the going market price. In the pure monopoly model, the monopolist does not have to worry about the reaction of rivals, since by definition they are none. However, there is interdependence of firms in the oligopoly. Hence, the decision of a firm will affect the other firms, which in turn will react in a way that affects the initial firm. This causes uncertainty. Thus, it is a difficult task to draw the demand curve of an oligopolist. The main reasons for indeterminate price and output under oligopoly. Number 1. Different behavior patterns. It is implied that in an oligopoly, behavior patterns differ from one organization to another. Under oligopoly, for example, organizations may cooperate with one another to set pricing policy or they may compete. According to Baumol, under the circumstances, a very wide variety of behavior patterns becomes possible. Rivals may decide to get together and cooperate in the pursuit of their objectives so far as the law allows. Or, at the other extreme, they may try to fight each other to the death. Thus, under oligopoly, the price and output of organizations differ in different behavior patterns. 2. Indeterminate demand curve. Because of different organizational behavior patterns, the demand curve is unknown under oligopoly. Every organization in an oligopoly keeps a close eye on its competitors' actions and develops strategies accordingly. Therefore, under oligopoly, the demand curve is never stable and shifts in response to rivals' actions. According to Baumol again, the firms' attempts to outguess one another are then likely to lead to interplay of anticipated strategies and counter-strategies which is tangled beyond hope and direct analysis. 3. Non-profit motive. It implies that in an oligopoly, organizations compete not only for profit, but also for non-profit motives. Organizations, for example, use advertising and other tools to promote their sales. These motives result in indeterminate price and output under oligopoly. So that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you learned a lot from me, and if yes, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and also click the notification bell for you to be updated in my next videos. Bye bye!